When playing the Xeno series' deep stories, some of the greatest moments occur when a huge surprise is dropped on the player during their journey that completely changes the plot. Everyone knows the moment in Star Wars when Darth Vader reveals that he is Luke's father. It is one of, if not the most defining moment in the entire saga. How would you like it if this moment was spoiled beforehand by some jerk? And that brings me to my list. Here is a list of some major plot points in the Xeno series that were spoiled for me by other games, trailers, and other published sources. Spoiler warning, of course. Blue Testament's identity, Xenosaga Episode 1. Virgil was a pretty minor character at the start of Episode 1, being a scarred soldier from wars past, who has no respect for the artificial lifeforms known as Realians, who, at one point, he uses as a decoy so that he and Shion can escape the Wulinge after he gets overrun by the Gnosis. So when he dies after being caught in the crossfire between Cosmos and some Gnosis, I didn't think much for him, and thought he'd fall into obscurity, along with all the other crew members on the Wulindi. However, near the end of the game, after a fight with series fan favourite villain Albedo, a mysterious blue figure shows up and begins to fight with the party. After giving the party a run for their money, he disappears as suddenly as he appears. Now I have no problem with this scene. What I do have a problem with is the next scene where we see the figure again, this time observing the appearance of the giant space station Proto-Merkabath from his mech in space, where he takes his mask off to reveal that he is in fact Virgil from the Wulinge. I don't know why they decided to put this scene in, as Virgil would have no interactions with the cast again until a third of the way into Episode 3, in which he yet again would do a face reveal to the cast's surprise, but not the player. In my opinion, this was a way better moment to do the reveal than the strange scene we got in Episode 1. Staying on the topic of the Testament's identity, Kevin being Red Testament. After playing Xenoblade Chronicles, I thought I knew when a character was actually dead, versus not really dead and coming back later. However, when it came to Shion's fiancé Kevin, I was convinced he was dead. For one, he died before the events of the game even starts, so I thought he was merely a memory character, like the protagonist's parents in most JRPGs. But lo and behold, this stupid YouTuber trying to sell the Xenosaga trilogy decided to put a picture of Kevin in Red Testament's clothes on his freaking YouTube video. On a serious note, this story part was spoiled when I went on the wiki to read up on the characters' bios. Note, if you want a spoiler-free game, never go on the wiki until you've finished the game. Unless you're looking for walkthroughs, in which case, you have been warned. Cosmos coming back to life, Xenosaga Episode 3. In Xenosaga Episode 3, we get to see the sweet reunion between Shion and Cosmos in a garbage disposal after Cosmos gets thrown away for the new Telos android. However, despite a narrow escape from the Federation testing facility and saving their ship piloting friends from a weird force field, Cosmos gets into a fight with Telos, who has been given orders to terminate our blue-haired friend. After a brutal fight, Cosmos is utterly crushed by Telos, and left in a practically dead state. Was I worried that the series' face was dead and not coming back? Nah. Why do you ask? Because their revived form is on the frickin' box art. Now I know that Cosmos has appeared in the front of all Xenosaga games covers, but they could have used her first form, like they did in the game's first disc. Pyra and Mithra being the same person, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Let's get to something a little more modern. Like most fans of Xenoblade Chronicles, when I heard we were getting a true sequel to the original Wii masterpiece, I was over the moon with excitement. Who were all these new characters? This redhead girl and this blonde-haired girl look pretty. I wonder what their roles are. I began to watch every bit of news that came out of Monolith Soft, and when we got a full direct dedicated to the game, I was super excited. In it we got major looks into the story, and it revealed that the redhead girl Pyra and the blonde-haired girl Mithra were in fact the same person. This was a big reveal in the game. It was a major scene. A main character had just died. So why did they reveal that Pyra had a second form beforehand? I presume to explain about Rex's unique blade switching abilities, but Monolith, was a button press so important that we needed this moment to be spoiled? Literally everything Xenoblade in Super Smash Bros. I shouldn't be surprised by the series that ruins Sheik's identity by making her Zelda's down special. Super Smash Bros. Has been spoiling games left, right and centre by putting character trophies that are a little too explicit in their descriptions. Didn't want to know the face Mechon's secret? Well, too bad. Oh look, here's the leader of the Mechon. That ruins an important reveal mid-game, and that's not even getting to the worst spoiler of them all. Fiora being revived as a mech on Project Xeno 2. If you asked anybody who played the original Xenoblade what the most memorable moment in the game was, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the moment when Silver Nemesis's armor came off to reveal that it was in fact piloted by Fiora, a girl who supposes death set you on your journey for revenge. This was quite a critical moment in the game, throwing everything you knew out the window and leaving Shulk and you as the player unsure what to do. Super Smash Bros. Wouldn't spoil the twist with some trophy or something like that. But Super Smash Bros. Is not the worst offender. At least to put her as an unlockable trophy you might never see if you only play the Versus mode. It didn't make her a playable character like a certain crossover game on the 3DS. I know why they put Mecha Fiora as Cosmos' partner, as they have similar abilities to each other, both being robot girls with an arsenal of weapons. But seriously, Monosoft, this is your own game. You should have known better than to spoil the entire first act of your flagship title. And that's my list. This was meant to be a bit of harmless fun about spoilers. Even with these plot points ruined for me, the Xeno games still had truly amazing stories, with plenty of surprises left unspoiled. And that leaves me with my final question. What moments of the Xeno series were spoiled for you? Were there any trailers that were too explicit, or perhaps a game which references the Xeno series spoiled an important plot point? Leave your responses in the comments below, and I'll catch you for my next video.